Purple Daily is daily Vikings entertainment. We just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die.
I will ride with this group.
Seriously, man. Please.
And away we go.
All right, dudes.
Write this down.
Yeah.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
So write that down Wednesday. The only show in America, this and the OG edition on Mackie and Judd, that's dumb enough to put statistics next to our predictions so you can see just how wrong we are on a regular basis. We got AJ filling in, piloting for Declan, who's on day 4 of being a father. Sunday, Monday, partial day 4. But he did have enough time to send in some predictions via satellite. So we'll get to some of his. Judd, we got a big event coming up this Sunday morning. 8 a.m. doors open at Padrigs. The Vikings play in Dublin. And we're going to do a watch party. We're going to do a live vent line and have a bunch of fun. And people can join us. It's open to the public.
That is absolutely correct. Not only that, but Padrigs also is going to have breakfast food available, from the Egg on a Roll, Spy House Coffee. There are a great array of beers. They're red. I've been talking about for quite some time. Fantastic. Also, there will be Bloody Marys available and a special Spy House Porter for coffee, beer fans as well. Tons of TVs. A great time. So get there, though, at 8. We will be starting at 8:30. And then, of course, afterwards, we will react, hopefully, to a Vikings victory with a vent line. So come spend a day with your favorite 3 guys. Is Dex coming?
I don't know if Dex and Sonny and Kelsey are coming. I don't know.
Okay, well, you know what? If nothing else, spend some time with, I'm sure Age will be there, Sports Dad and Phil. Anyway, some bit of the Purple Daily gang will be there for sure. Padrigs, Northeast Minneapolis, doors at 8, kickoff at 8:30, vent line afterwards.
Yeah, we're super pumped. Also, write that down. Predictions are presented by North American Banking Company, based in Minnesota since 1998, 6 locations in the Twin Cities. And if you're looking for a better banking experience, either with just checking and savings, the blocking and the tackling, or if you're planning to buy a home, something bigger, maybe you're launching a business, North American Banking Company will help give you peace of mind about where you bank. They focus on personal relationships, cutting-edge online tools, and they'll just make it really easy for you to transition to a new bank. nabankcode.com/Mackie to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Write this down. Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, let me pop this up on the old screen here and tell you guys, maybe you're new to Purple Daily. Welcome in. Thank you for being part of our amazing podcast and Vikings fan community. Every Wednesday, we make predictions, 3 Vikings or football-related predictions from everybody on the show. They must be quantifiable. Those are the parameters. The season runs from Super Bowl to Super Bowl, and we track statistics like completion percentage and touchdowns. A touchdown is like if something has a 25%-ish chance or less of happening, then you get the extra touchdown point. And listeners, if you want to participate, like our guy Crybaby Craig is about to in a few minutes, you can send Declan a message through the Score North app, and we'll get you scheduled for some time in the coming weeks. Who's ready to be held accountable, Judd? Raise your hand.
I'm not ready to, but
Raise it high.
I have to accept it. I have to accept being held accountable.
So we'll start with the bad, but it's a pretty good week. Pretty good week for Judd. You said Micah Parsons would have 5 or more sacks within the first 3 games of the season for the Packers. He has a sack and a half.
Yeah, I should have put something on pressures, for instance, something like that, because and his presence results in sacks, but he doesn't necessarily get them.
Micah Parsons, only 1.5 sacks through 3 weeks. Is this a bust of a trade for the Green Bay Packers? My column.
Does he have more epidural shots, or does he have sacks so far this season?
Find out on judd.substack/Zolgad.
Judd Zolgad. Substack. Just all one name right there.
You said Brian Asamoah and Ty Chandler would be cut by the Vikings before the regular season. This probably should have come off the board a couple weeks ago.
And Asamoah was traded.
Yeah.
Ty Chandler, one of only 2 guys not being included on the European vacation portion of the schedule.
Oh, so how does that work? He's not? Oh, because he's hurt.
Yeah, he hurt his knee.
He's okay.
We don't even know what's wrong. Like, he could have torn his ACL. We have no clue. But he and 6th round tight end Gavin Bartholomew, remember him? Are 2 guys, the only 2 guys being left back. Everyone else is going.
Is it for like safety reasons with swelling, or is that where they drew the budget line? Listen, guys,
Well, they're
sorry,
gonna say
we got
they're
really
gonna
up
say
against the budget there. We can't afford the extra.
Yeah, who can we take along? Donovan Jackson? Absolutely. He's not going to play, but we'll take him.
It's like that Curb episode. Like, we need your weight for the plane. You're not getting my weight. You're not getting my weight, guy.
That's right.
Judd, you said Carson Wentz would throw 2 or more touchdown passes against the Bengals, and it's on the borderline of a touchdown, but considering he's barely played, he just entered the system, the Vikings were terrible offensively, we gave you a touchdown on that one.
Nice.
And you said Jackson Dart will be the Giants starting quarterback at some point this season. That didn't take very long. And I will highlight this one. It's not off the board yet, but you said at least 2 of the starting quarterbacks the Vikings are scheduled to host at US Bank Stadium this year won't end up starting said game. Well, Joe Burrow was one of them.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
So you just need one more
right.
situation.
Let's go.
All right, I had a few things come off the board. I said Carson Wentz would run for and pass for at least 1 touchdown. I said Adam Thielen would receive a game ball or be acknowledged in the post-game speech by KOC at some point in weeks 2 or 3. I think it's coming at some point. I predicted that baby Declan Goff's new baby's name would be Nico. Sonny.
Yep.
That was close.
Yep.
2 syllables.
Close.
Yeah, it's very, very close.
I said TJ Hawkinson would catch a touchdown pass against the Bengals. First one in a year.
Nice, yeah.
It's a tud. And I said Carson Wentz would throw a touchdown pass for the Vikings in 2025 after they signed him.
Very nice.
And he did. So we'll take it. Listeners,
Ah.
Devin said Carson Wentz would throw at least 1 touchdown to Jefferson in the first half, and then Jefferson would have at least 100 yards. None of that came to fruition. Alex said the Vikings would record a minimum of 8 sacks between weeks 2 and 3. It was 6. Ryan said J.J. McCarthy would have at least 10 passing touchdowns by week 5. That's going to be tough. Alex said Ty Felton would score a touchdown in one of the first 3 regular season games. He did catch a pass from Brosmer, right?
Yes, he did.
Nice little slant route.
Mm-hmm. A lot of backups were in for that fourth quarter.
Devin said Jake Browning will be responsible for at least 1 turnover against the Vikings. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. It's like the count.
You get a turnover. You get a takeaway.
Today is the number 5.
Devin also said Jordan Mason would rush for at least 70 yards and at least a touchdown, and a borderline touchdown there, but he hit the over on both of those things. Sure. So we'll give a little touchdown. And then everybody's favorite all-time Purple Daily guest, Ross Tucker. This has not come off the board yet, but you guys all ripped on Ross Tucker. He doesn't know ball. How dare he slander J.J. McCarthy? And we said, as part of the interview, give us a write that down prediction. And he said, Isaiah Rodgers will have multiple pick 6s in 2025.
Isn't Ross Tucker the preseason analyst on Eagles games?
Yeah, so he knows.
He
knows. He has seen Isaiah Rodgers.
Insider knowledge, which, by the way, is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But see, he saw it.
He knows a little ball. Okay. Declan had a couple things come off the board. Carson Wentz would post a QBR of at least 60. It was like 34.5 or something. Jordan Mason, at least 20 touches and 100 total yards against the Bengals. He did hit the 100 total yards thing easily, but only 16 touches. And I put this one up just to show how close Declan got to it. Yep. He said the Vikings would score at least 50 points in a game in 2025. They had 48 with like an entire quarter left.
Yep.
Couldn't quite. They just need just a safety, a field goal, something. Didn't quite happen. So with that, the updated statistics for 2025, I'm at 49.3% completions. Listeners at 36.5, Declan 36.1, Judd just a tick under 35% completions. Declan and I are tied with 8 touchdowns. Judd has 7, listeners with 5, and then career stats going back to 2021. Declan 36.7% completions. You and I hovering around 34, 35%. Listeners just under 25%. I have the most touchdowns with 66. Listeners 65. Declan 61. Judd with 54. So there's your accountability session. AJ will make predictions for the listener bin today. So we're going to have 2 different predictors in the listener bin. And Declan has sent his in via satellite.
What if we were to stick Declan with AJ's predictions? So if they're wrong, it helps Phil and Judd.
Well, to what extent did you guys collaborate, AJ, on the quarterback cesspool challenge? Was that like strictly a Declan pick for this week, or did you get any input?
He's running that like an iron fist.
Okay.
I said, hey, he wanted me to. Hey, Phil said we should talk about QB Cesspool.
He's like, we should talk about.
And he said,
well, you got a mouse in your pocket?
No. Here's my 3 options, and you are going to go with the highest available. I said, yes, sir.
So he's turned into a dad.
He's probably running in about 4 hours of sleep since Sunday, so I'll cut him some slack. But yes, it was not the warm welcome that I was maybe hoping for.
Wow.
Do you think, is he more protective over newborn Sonny or over the quarterback cesspool challenge pick? That's my question. It's very 50-50.
That's a coin toss at this point.
Based on
our conversation.
Are the write that downs yours, or are they a collaboration with Declan?
I have no idea what he did. He didn't even let me upload them. He uploaded,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're making. AJ's going to make predictions, and Declan has his own predictions. So
I was just trying to stick decks with as many possible L's as possible.
Oh, you think AJ is going to post L's on the pro? That's a shot at AJ.
It's a hard game. I'm in last place.
So shows us what you think of AJ's Vikings prediction
game. It's a difficult game. I'm just saying we all can struggle. Crybaby Craig, he could come on and struggle too.
I highly doubt it. Crybaby Craig Kaiser making his debut on Write That Down.
Good morning.
With his glorious Vikings sweater, kind of a vintage situation that you're rocking right there.
It was a must-have when I saw it.
It's a beauty. It's a
Yeah.
beauty.
I like the league.
Home opener attire.
Yeah, I like the league though above it. NFL.
Nice. Look at that little Vikings helmet on the side.
That's beautiful.
So what were like your first ever? By the way, if you have not tried the glorious Crybaby Craig's hot sauce here, you'll be able to get some at the Padres watch party on Sunday morning.
Yeah,
and maybe during Vikings Vent Line.
We'll have a lot of fun stuff to be able to hand out and have some fun and do some meet and greets and whatnot. Not that I think that I'm cool, but people think that the product is cool. So I'll run with it.
I love it, man. So what are like your first Vikings fan memories from back in the day? When did you get started?
So I moved here in 98, 99, I believe.
Yeah.
And one of my best friends, Leslie, her dad, he's no longer with us anymore, but still to this day, I would say he was by far one of the most hardcore Viking fans I had ever met. So much so, I'm pretty sure that his plumber van was purple with horns.
Wow.
I want to say it was Vikings Plumbing. That guy was a beast, and he took us to some games. And so that's kind of where it started, I would say, was the good old Rick Voss.
I love that, man.
Passing on the torch, if you will.
Just driving around the Twin Cities. We got to drive a van like that.
No. How did Rick take the loss to the Falcons then?
Well, that's probably. I'm not sure if he was still with us then. Okay. Yep.
Okay. In 98.
Yeah, but it was, he is probably who I think of when I hear Vikings fans.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, that was like the main thing that he always wanted to talk about. But yeah, it's been a hell of a roller coaster though, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, both the 30 years that you speak of and the last 3 weeks, which is par for the course for this Vikings team, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this last game was a lot of fun to watch. What's funny is I actually sold those tickets, and as much as it would have been fun to go, I was actually very thankful to have sold those because, you don't want to like give somebody some tickets and then they go and it's just a blowout. So I remember messaging them like, hey, it looks like you had a really good game to go with the family too. So
yeah. Cool. Yeah, if it was 48-10 the other way, then you probably would have not been friends anymore.
My Venmo might have still been saying 0 at the end of the game.
Exactly. So here we're going to start with Crybaby Craig, and then over to Judd. Then we'll go to AJ, Declan via satellite, and all round it out. We'll make 3 trips around the room. The parameters are Vikings predictions, and they must be quantifiable in some way as we track them. So,
Okay.
Craig, you're first out of the gate.
Well, I think I was going to kind of focus on maybe this coming week here.
Yeah.
After watching how they played, I think my first prediction is going to be holding Pittsburgh to under 100 yards.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Love it.
Aaron Rodgers, a couple of pick sixes, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he's pretty dangerous when he gets into that red zone area, but you keep him out of there, they're not looking too good.
Yeah, Van Ginkel's going to have another one coming for him. Pick sixed him last year. Let's do it again. Let's make it happen. All right, Judd, what's your first prediction?
Write this down.
All right, we've been talking about it all week, so I will put it on the record. Carson Wentz will start for the Vikings October 19th against the Eagles. So coming out of the bye week, he'll start that game.
Okay.
I think if nothing else, they're going to say that JJ's ankle is not up to snuff yet, can't protect himself. They'll say this is not a benching of any sort. I guess that can be debated. But, yeah, I think Carson Wentz starts against the defending Super Bowl champions.
We will touch on, if not today, tomorrow in some form. A lot of feedback in the comments section of yesterday's State of the Vikings episode about either maybe us misconstruing what Kevin O'Connell has been saying or over dramatizing the Thursday practice comments that he's made. So we can come back to that.
Write this down.
AJ, what's your first prediction?
I'm going to say that the Vikings defense stays hot, similar to what we saw against the Bengals. And so while they're international in Dublin and in London, the Vikings defense will have at least 2 touchdowns.
Oh, so wow.
Nice.
Do you care off the record to put a feeler out for who might account for those touchdowns?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's going to be probably one Andrew Van Ginkel, like jump screen pass the flats type of thing, and he'll walk in. Otherwise, why not keep the train rolling with either Rodgers or, Harrison Smith? You never know. He's been known to take a pass back a time or two. So, but yeah. I think there's going to be at least 2 defensive scores for the Vikings while they're in Europe.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to our guy Declan. Do you want to hit this, AJ? Does he have these labeled properly? I'll let you figure this out.
Yeah. Here's Declan
via satellite.
All right, prediction number 1. Hi, fellas. No Sonny with me right now. Sonny's upstairs. He's snoozing on the couch. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what hour it is, but I figured I'd jump on, make these, write that down predictions for you guys. AJ, thanks for holding down the fort. Mackie, Judd, hope you're doing well. Write this down. Prediction number 1. So Vikings, as of the time of this recording, I'm recording these, again, I don't know what time it is. I think it's Tuesday night. The Vikings are 2.5-point favorites against the Steelers. Write this down. The Vikings will win by 6 points or more against the Steelers. Write it down.
Delirious Declan, forgetting where he is, what time it is, the names of his coworkers. Hopefully Sonny is being chaperoned upstairs, sleeping on that couch. Hopefully Kelsey's up there.
DeVinster was with him.
Vinny the dog just babysitting.
Taking care of him.
Yeah. Okay, write this down. Somebody else will Van Ginkel Aaron Rodgers. And I will quantify that. I think Rodgers is acutely aware of the pick 6 he threw to Andrew Van Ginkel last year. Got outsmarted at the line of scrimmage. Van Ginkel kind of disguised his coverage. So I think Aaron's going to be hyper obsessed with knowing where Van Ginkel is, which means somebody else, and I'll quantify it this way, somebody else on the Vikings will intercept a pass within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage and take it back for a pick 6. So it has to be within 10 yards of the line. It has to be a Van Ginkel situation by somebody else other than Andrew Van Ginkel.
Wow.
I'm leaving myself open for some bad beats here because, if Van Ginkel does it again, this is wrong. And if there's a pick 6 outside of 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, it's also wrong. But I feel confident. Dallas Turner, Jonathan Grenard.
How deep was Van Ginkel on the Rodgers one in London last year?
I think it was like pretty close to the line of scrimmage, wasn't he? Within 5 yards.
Yes, I thought it was like
Was
almost
it? Okay.
on the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. That it was a little bit deeper. It wasn't a traditional. He disguised his coverage in that one and dropped back, but it might have been 8 yards.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a run. It was not a run and tip, because that's what he does so well. He dropped back. I think it was zone coverage, if I'm not mistaken, and he came up. I mean, it's a nice play. Don't get me wrong, but like
feels like you're trying to maybe discredit the Van Ginkel pick six a little bit here.
No, I'm saying Van Ginkel works in many ways. Like, let's not. The man played 8 snaps and had 2 sacks. Okay, look at that ratio. He had 2 sacks last week. He played 8 snaps.
He did. That's a really good sack ratio. All right, back to Crybaby Craig for your second prediction.
Write this down.
Well, let's see. When was the last time that they did this against Pittsburgh? 2013. And they won then, and I'm calling a win on Sunday.
Okay. So just a win over Pittsburgh in Dublin on Sunday.
Write this down.
Quite simply. Yeah. Man, if they could just get these 2 wins here, and these are going to be more grinded out games than maybe some people are giving credit for. Just get to the bye week 4-1.
Write this down.
Figure it out.
Was
Judd?
2013 in Wembley?
I think so.
I think it was in Wembley. I know it was London. I think it was in Wembley Stadium.
Who quarterbacked that game? Was that Castle?
It was Castle. I think Castle started. Yeah.
Castle at the Castle in 2013.
Yeah, Matt Castle. We were very excited about it.
Matt
Just
Castle, part of the NBC college football coverage now.
He is, and a one-time guest on Mackie and Judd. Or he joined me and somebody from Boomtown / Bradley's in Mankato. It might have been Dubé.
I think
he was a very nice guy. He was a really nice guy.
Judd and Dubé and Matt Castle.
Yeah,
3 legendary Minnesota sports figures.
We're talking sports because they know a ton, huh? How about that?
Yeah. What's your second prediction?
My second prediction is this, and I feel like this is going to, especially if the defense continues to play as well as it did against the Bengals. But my second prediction is Brian Flores will become a coaching free agent in the offseason. And I don't know he's going to get a head job, but he's in the last year of his contract, so he can leave. And
so you're leaving it open for him to leave for another coordinator job?
Yes, for a DC job.
Or a college job?
Yep. I'm leaving it open. I'm not saying he's going to, as long as he's suing the league, I'm not going to say he gets a head coaching job. There's a lot of politics there. Like if he was not suing the league, I do think he gets one. But I am, the prediction is leaving it open for he will become a coaching free agent. Like there will be reports about this. He might come back, but he will test the waters.
So so basically if he doesn't have a new contract by, well, we don't know when his contract date is though. Is it March 1st? Is it February? Is it Super Bowl?
It's probably February something. But anyway, yes.
Okay.
But I'm saying he will hit the market. Doesn't mean he won't come back. I don't know that there's a ton of incentive unless they blow him away with the contract right now. I don't know there's a ton of incentive to do a contract right now, though.
Write this down.
Not for him, certainly.
Right.
I mean, for the Vikings, there would be. All right, AJ, what's your second prediction?
These European games, they always feel like they're grinded out. Like they're not very flashy. You're not going to see what you saw on Monday night between the Lions and Baltimore, where it's like a shootout or anything like that. So I think you're going to rely on your kicker a lot. So I think Will Reichard over the course of the next 2 games is going to have at least 5 field goals and be perfect. Yeah. So even if they trot him out there for a 62-yarder, he's going to nail it inside of whatever the stadium is in Dublin. And then I think they're probably at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium again in London, which is normal.
So kind of a ballsy prediction because what's the stadium called?
Croke Park. Croke Park in Dublin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put some respect on that.
Exactly right.
The storied Croke Park.
It might be. It probably is storied. How do you spell it?
Croke.
K-E. Croak.
Don't croak the kick.
Yeah. Exactly. That's right.
Wide left park.
Yeah, he croaked it.
Oh, it's pretty new. It opened in. Well, wait. It was renovated. Oh, wow. Actually, hold on.
Yep. No, it's not. Yep.
They broke ground in 1880 on the park or the stadium. It
Gaelic
opened.
sport.
It opened. It took them 4 years to build it because it was just longer to build things in the 1880s. But
Taxpayers too were upset about it.
Built in 1884. It was named after
Taxpayers were
Archbishop
like, we're not
Thomas
going to do
Crone.
Kochberg.
they tried to get the electronic pull tabs to cover the public portion.
It hosts all Ireland finals for Gaelic football and hurling, music concerts. So this is like Wembley Stadium, but in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually a pretty big stadium, though.
Wow. I'm concerned about the pitch and the turf conditions. I'm not going to lie. Let's go back to delirious Declan here on 3.5 hours of sleep since Friday with his second prediction age via satellite.
Okay, second prediction here. Jonathan Grenard's been all over the field. He has only gotten credit with 1 sack, but he's just been wreaking havoc, causing pressures, QB hits. Other people have kind of piled up some of the sack numbers. Grenard just has 1 through 3 games. So write this down. Jonathan Grenard gets credit for at least 1.5 sacks against the Steelers. So 1.5 sacks or more for Jonathan Grenard. I think he'll get home against Rodgers a couple times. Again, maybe there's like a joint one in there. Didn't want to lose this like on a weird technicality. So 1.5 sacks or more for Jonathan Grenard.
Okay.
Write this down.
A little Grenard wreaking some havoc there. My second prediction is, and it's going to be part one of a 2-part prediction that I will make the second part of the prediction later on in the season. The Bengals will fire Zach Taylor. I'll just say before March 1st of 2026, just to give myself plenty of leeway. I think they're going to take a long look, even if it's not 100% his fault. There's some organizational things. You can't keep doing this with Joe Burrow, getting him hurt every season. Part 2 of the prediction, off the record for now, is going to be that they will hire, or they'll at least interview, Brian Flores. I'm going to stick by that. Go get a defensive coach. Let Joe Burrow operate the offense. Find him some offensive linemen. But the Bengals will fire Zach Taylor before March 1st of 2026. Crybaby Craig, your third and final prediction.
Well, these last two have kind of unintentionally cherry-picked some ideas. You know, I was going to shoot something with some field goals and Flores, but I guess we'll throw up a little lob here. I, too, do think that this is going to be a grimy field goalie kind of game, but maybe we can see Wentz throw at least 2 TDs.
Okay. At least 2 thrown touchdown passes by
Yes, sir.
Carson Wentz. Love it, man. So we're looking forward to hanging out with you. And so we're gonna have like Crybaby Craig's strewn about the building on Sunday, correct?
Yeah, we're gonna bring a little bit of everything, and I think we'll also bring some fare that you don't get to see. You know,
Okay.
I've got a couple of unknown sauces at the shop. We'll probably bring some of that, some merch.
Wow. Some black market Crybaby Craig's only at Padres
and
on
as
Sunday.
a disclaimer, it will not be for sale, so thank you. I can't get in trouble now.
Love it.
Love it, man.
Love that gray area, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, really looking forward to hang out with you guys and get to just chat with people who enjoy good sport and good sauce.
Amen. Crybaby Craig Kaiser, thanks for supporting the show, and we'll see you on Sunday at Padres for a little Vikings
thank you
watch
all
party.
very much. I really appreciate
Thanks, Greg.
it.
And good
Thank
luck
you.
with your predictions, sir. We
All
wish you
righty.
the best.
Have a good day.
All right, Judd. Before we get to the rest of our predictions here, let's shut up Minnesota Lottery here. That Viking scratch game ticket is all the rage so far this season.
Yep, and that Viking scratch game could make this your year, your season, or your day, because each time you play, you have a chance at $100,000, plus fantastic second chance prizes like cash and Viking season tickets. That's right. So just say I'm in and play the new Viking scratch game. Must be 18 or older to play with our friends from the Minnesota Lottery. Appreciate their support. And look at this thing, Age. If you could take that down for a second here, I'm going to show you. This is the ticket. This is the ticket to help you not just win, but look at this. All those Viking helmets. It's almost like a commemorative thing. So enjoy, play, and of course, play responsibly.
That's right. Hey, Park Dental is powering Purple Daily here. I had a nice little appointment last week at Park Dental. Who's got 2 thumbs and no cavities? This guy right here. That's right. I mean, it's not really Park Dental. It was my doing that I don't have just going to give myself some credit. I do brush my teeth a couple times a day and floss occasionally. They'd like me to floss more, but they weren't like, They weren't hard on me about it, but they gave me some advice, some tips, longevity of teeth, and they can help you like they've been helping people for over 50 years in Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Schedule your checkup at parkdental.com. You'll find a location likely within just minutes of anywhere you work or live in the Twin Cities. So again, check them out. I think you'll have a great experience like I have the last couple of years. Parkdental.com. And thanks to Federated Mutual Insurance Company for helping out Purple Daily, and also countless businesses in the state of Minnesota and in all 50 states. Federated specializes in protecting small to medium-sized businesses, your reputation, your workplace, your employees, your financial assets, industries like retailers and wholesalers, auto services, contractors, woodworking and cabinetry companies, dealerships. You can find a full list of industries Federated specializes in at federatedinsurance.com, where it's our business to protect yours. All right, Judd, what is your third and final prediction here?
Write it down. You like
All
writing
right.
things down?
I'm actually going to mix in a football prediction from Gophers Rutgers.
Oh,
The Gophers, of course, lost to Cal 2 weeks ago. They had a bye last Saturday. And meanwhile, was San Diego State just destroyed Cal, just embarrassed them. So that loss looks worse and worse. And one of the players that had a bad game for the Gophers, Coy Parrish, who I don't think is going to have 2 consecutive bad games. So write this down. Coy Parrish will have an interception and or a return for a touchdown on Saturday against Rutgers. The return could be a punt return. So it could be he picks off the ball and returns it for 6. He could return a punt for a touchdown, but he either gets an interception and or a return for a touchdown. I think he's going to bounce back.
didn't PJ Flex say that maybe that loss to Cal was the best thing that could have happened?
PJ Flex said they won the bye week. He said the bye week was a win. He said he gives a win or loss on the bye week, and he said they won the bye week. So
that's good to hear.
And then
have they updated the standings with that? Is that reflected in the standings or no?
And then he went to try to crowd surf the players, but because they were on the bye, they weren't there, and so Fleck just fell on the ground. Broke a rib, I heard.
Broke his nose. Split his head open. Oh man. Okay, AJ, your third and final prediction.
All right. This past weekend, CBS did that retro broadcast theme all day long, and we all know just how much broadcast like teams love to do these like either theme nights or themed games or whatever. So I think that because they're going to be in Dublin, there's going to be some references to the local culture. And because he has red hair, I think at some point, this is where I'm going to need listeners to probably back me up on this, because we'll be out at Podregs. So for everybody that isn't going to be there, I need you to keep an eye on the broadcast, because I'm looking for, write this down, at least one reference or joke or graphic of Carson Wentz being depicted as a leprechaun.
See, yeah, we can definitely keep an eye on that. I've heard a lot of the like Carson Wentz Irish compare. I think Wentz is a German name, isn't it?
I don't.
Isn't Wentz German?
What are they going to do if they do it with they? So they've got the leprechaun hat on him and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm with age. I could totally see some producer or some,
somebody's
totally.
not going to fact check or whatever. Fun fact, also sabermetrics. Did you know Kevin O'Connell has a 15-3 record when he has a red-haired quarterback start?
Yes, I've seen that like 87 times this week.
But yeah, so at some point during the Sunday game, Carson Wentz is going to be depicted or joked about or referenced to as a leprechaun.
Yeah, according to the internet, the name Wentz is commonly traced to Germany, and although families with the Wentz surname have migrated from Germany and settled in various parts of the world, with a significant number in the United States and Switzerland, it is 40% French and German origin. Wow. Okay. So it would be an incorrect assumption by the Fox producers to put Carson Wentz in a leprechaun outfit, but
I can just see the graphic now. Instead of Luck of the Irish, it's Luck of the Irewentz. Like somebody's going to be bad and make that graphic. So I'm banking on it.
I hope you hit
Okay.
this 100%. I hope all of these things come exactly to fruition.
I think I found it. I think they'll do it, but I think it's going to be O'Connell. So yes. So, and according to this, I don't have no idea if this is correct, but according to AI, it says that Kevin O'Connell possesses dual citizenship in the United States and Ireland.
What?
That's what AI says.
Kevin O'Connell, O'Connell is an Irish citizen?
Kevin O'Connell, just Google Kevin O'Connell Irish. And it says
that's a common name. Like
this makes a lot.
But
more
there's a
sense
picture
too.
of him.
This makes a lot more sense too, because with the comeback against the Colts and like the win against the Bills where they got that fumble on the goal line and all this stuff, that this actually probably is more, I've already made my prediction, so I'm not going to change it, but this also seems almost more plausible than anything Carson Wentz.
There's an AI overview with Kevin O'Connell's picture, and it says, yes, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell is of Irish descent and holds both Irish and American citizenship.
Okay,
I have no idea if this is right.
It I love that we're down this rabbit hole here. So it was a big thing like 3 years ago. So he was born in Knoxville, Tennessee, but his dad is a former FBI agent. His dad worked in the FBI when he was a kid.
Keanu Reeves.
But he was born.
Yes,
he was
sorry.
born in Tennessee, though. So I don't
know.
Maybe some of our listeners can do some digging on this. Is Kevin O'Connell an Irish citizen? Is that like a known thing?
I find it hard to believe, but that is what it says.
So it's setting up for a bad beat potentially for old AJ here.
And just to be clear, there might be confusion because there is a Kevin O'Connell who was born in 1949 who is a chess player.
There's also an Irish composer named Kevin O'Connell.
Okay, so who knows?
It's a I feel like Kevin and O'Connell are very, very common names. There's a Bob Anderson that was.
It's Joe Smith.
Write this down.
All right, let's go back to Declan via satellite here for his third and final prediction.
All right, final prediction from me. Sponsored by my friends at Underdog. Go to Underdog, download the Underdog app, use promo code SCORE when you sign up, and you can still play $5 and get $50 in bonus cash. So go to the Underdog app on the App Store, the Google Play Store, sign up with the promo code SCORE, SKOR. Send me those wins. I love to see our audience winning some big money on Underdog, and it's a good little transition into this prediction here. Write this down. Carson Wentz, I'm the biggest fan here. Carson Wentz connects with Jordan Addison for a touchdown of at least 25 yards on Sunday against the Steelers. Wentz hits Addison. Again, longest reception. Maybe you want to take the higher on that at Underdog. Go ahead. But write this down. Carson Wentz will connect with Jordan Addison for a touchdown of at least 25 yards. All right, fellas. See you later. Hopefully I'm still alive by Friday. Feedback Friday. I'll be back then.
Yeah, he's gonna jump in on Feedback Friday.
Nice.
So we'll see Dex in the flesh. The chemistry between Wentz and Jordan Addison does not exist yet. Oh, has Addison been allowed to practice at all, or are you not allowed to practice when you're suspended?
I think he's been in the building. He couldn't be in the building the first week he was suspended. I think he is allowed to be in the building for sure. The last 2 weeks they've changed that rule. I don't think you can practice.
So the first practice between Wentz and Addison will be today.
Correct.
Because it's a Wednesday practice. Okay.
Correct.
Interesting. Okay. Write this down. I am going to take a theme from the game against the Bengals that Alex Boone did an unbelievable job breaking down the run game tape from that victory. There's a lot of good things happening on tape for the Vikings, but the running game, specifically inside the deep portion of the red zone, the deep red as they call it in the National Football League. There was a play. There was two perfectly blocked, like short-range walk-in touchdowns for Jordan Mason. One of them, and I put the clip of it on my Twitter account, and it's about a half hour into the Trenches episode that posted this morning. The Vikings snapped the ball from the 5-yard line of the deep red, and the offensive line moves the Bengals backwards 3 yards before Jordan Mason crosses the original line of scrimmage. It was a thing of beauty. It was double teams up front. They just moved the Bengals backwards. So maybe, and that's the Bengals defense, grain of salt, maybe the Vikings are showing a little more toughness and ability to move people around in the trenches. So write this down. The Vikings in Europe, these next 2 games, will combine for at least 3 rushing touchdowns within 10 yards of the end zone. So in the deep red, they will have at least 3 more rushing touchdowns. I think they're going to try and make this, off of what happened against the Bengals, part of their
Write this down.
football DNA. So write that down.
Beautiful. They should. I love it. So you're talking
Dude.
smash mouth football. You're talking
I should pull it up for you.
run the ball down your throat.
I should, you know what I'll do after the quarterback, because I want you to see this in all its glory with the All-22.
Okay. Awesome.
After the quarterback cesspool challenge, I will pull this up, and you can see. And then the whole thing, it's like a 40-minute breakdown you can find posted this morning on the Purple Daily YouTube channel.
Nice.
So, hey, before we get to the quarterback cesspool challenge, these little Pepsi cups right here are pretty sweet. These are Justin Jefferson Pepsi souvenir cups. Pepsi is the official beverage of the Minnesota Vikings, so make sure your fridge is properly full of Pepsi for the season. And Pepsi's giving you a chance with the QR code on the side of these Justin Jefferson souvenir cups. You can scan that QR code, and you can have a chance to win Victor's Ride, a Polaris 1000 ATV. And you can find these cups inside US Bank Stadium right now. Well, at least next time they play a home game in a few weeks. And then they're soon coming to Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh locations. So get your Justin Jefferson souvenir cup, enjoy a little sip of Pepsi, and enter to win Victor's Ride. Also, Running Aces, man, what a place to watch football, sports, to play some blackjack. Bingo came back last night, in which they had $2 Coors Lights, $1 hot dogs. So get a nice little snack while you play some bingo. BuzzFeed trivia on Thursdays, and an awesome poker room. I used to play a ton of spread limit poker there and some tournaments. They always have something fun going on, whether it's poker, blackjack, other games. In season, they have harness racing. Running Aces just underwent a multi-million-dollar renovation, not your typical casino scene. Smoke-free, bright, energy-filled, and I think you'll have a good time. Bring your friends out. See that 53-foot continuous LED screen for watching football? More information at runaces.com. It's just on the north edge of the metro off I-35. Massive parking lot, hotel attached. Runaces.com. All right, dudes.
Football.
It's time now for the quarterback cesspool challenge.
Hold your water.
Let's go. Let's see here. There we go. We'll pull this up here. So if you're new, excuse me, easy for me to say, to the quarterback cesspool challenge, we look for bad quarterback play and try to project it every week on this show. Each member selects a quarterback that we think is going to perform terribly, and we measure that performance off of ESPN's QBR on a 0 to 100 scale. So we all draft a quarterback that we think is going to be crappy. Once you draft a quarterback, you can't use that quarterback again the rest of the season. And we all have to pick different quarterbacks each week. So there's levels to this thing. When do you deploy this bad quarterback that you haven't chosen yet? Do you wait, or is he going to get benched and now you can't use him? So last week, Declan picked up his first weekly win of the season, correctly identifying Jake Browning as a bad quarterback, a 23.7 QBR, well below the average of 50 for Jake Browning. I deployed Spencer Rattler, and I was hoping for a little better result here. He was below average at 41.9, but I was hoping for something a little worse than that. And then, Judd, you had Tua, who it's been a struggle for Miami this season, but he was above average with a 62.7 QBR.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I watched a good portion of that game. I did not see a quarterback with a 62.7 QBR. I feel
what would the Judd BR, the JBR?
Well, he made some terrible. He made some terrible plays. I mean, I would have given him probably around a 40. I felt like he 40'd it.
He 40'd it.
Yeah, I felt like he 40'd it, and I feel like the QBR. Like, why are we rewarding him? Like, what did he do that was notable enough? I mean, QBR is supposed to be a true statistic holding a man's feet to the fire, not this complete cop out of a 62.7. But that's just me.
I think we should change the entire scoring system. Instead of using ESPN's QBR, we should just use like the Judd Football Index, the JFI,
Do you
where
suck?
or we basically put like, here's the 3 quarterbacks we chose. Judd, what, like, based off you watching some highlights?
I mean, Jake Browning wins. Just to be very
Totally.
clear, like Tua wouldn't have won. I'm just saying, and I just, it's fine to be third. I just 62.7. Give me a break.
Yeah, I feel you on that. By the way, the worst quarterback in week 3 was Russell Wilson, 6.5 QBR, enough to get him benched for Jackson Dart. The end of that game against the Chiefs was such an embarrassment. At one point, Russ threw a ball, he intentionally grounded a ball into the tunnel in the deep red zone. So that was grounding. I think on the next play, he checked to a quarterback draw, which got them from like the 15 to the 11 or something.
Yeah.
And then he sailed 2 or 3 more passes over the goalpost and into the crowd.
Yeah.
Super weird final sequence.
So is this just it now? Like, is this finally done?
I think it
Russ?
has to be. Like, who's going to sign? His career after Seattle is wild
I know.
because he was a Hall of Fame trajectory player
Yep.
at age 33 when he parted ways with Seattle. And he has been one of the worst quarterbacks in the league in the 4 years since. And maybe some of it's age and athletic ability, but I think it showed you just how perfect that Seattle infrastructure was for him. I think he has shipwrecked his Hall of Fame chances the last 4 years.
That last pass, or the pass that he got him picked off against the Cowboys, where he actually had a decent game, but his thought, I'd love to know, dude, you're a veteran quarterback. Like, what is your thought process there? You literally made a play that a 22-year-old quarterback would make.
Yeah, so bad. So on the season, so I've got 2 weekly wins. Declan has 1 weekly win. Judd's still looking for his first weekly win. I have a pretty big lead in the average QBR for the season department, 25.4. Declan just below average, 49.5. Judd just above average at 52.2. We pick in reverse order of last week's standings. So, Judd, you get the first overall pick. I get the second overall pick. And then Declan gets the third overall pick in consultation with his bad quarterback consultant, AJ Fredrickson here. So here's a list for the YouTube audience. You can see a list of these are the quarterbacks we have selected so far on the screen. So we'll just keep this grid up every week. Sorry, AJ, what'd you say?
There wasn't much consulting. I'll tell you that much.
So Declan told AJ, this is the big board, and these are the instructions for this. So, Judd, all right, you're on the clock, Judd. Who's your pick?
Age, don't forget to, you can go rogue right now and nothing would stop you.
Oh, no,
So
trust me. I've thought about that. It's very much on the table.
I feel like you were minimized somewhat, which I don't like to see done to my friends. So I'm not going to blame you one bit if you go off the board.
I want to hear when we get to AJ. I want to hear AJ's thought process, kind of lined up against Declan's, and see if is there dissent. So we'll get there when they pick third.
Love it. All right, so there's a boy. I feel like there's a lot of meat on the bone here. Got to be honest, Jake Browning intrigues me. He's coming off such a bad game, and I feel like the clock is ticking there. I just don't know how long that dude can start. But you know what? I am going to go with. I'm going to take a chance here. Probably shouldn't, but I'm going to gamble a little bit here. I'm going to take Jackson Dart first career start against the Chargers.
That's not a gamble at all. You're taking a rookie against the best scoring defense in the league last year.
Well, but I don't know what he's going to do. I
think you know exactly what he's going to do.
What if he starts off great? What if he gets off to a great
very
start?
obviously the number one guy on the big board, right?
I did not know. I think Jake Browning, the clock is ticking. I feel like I am. I mean, what if Jackson Dart comes out and he's fantastic?
What if Jake Browning comes out? He's thrown for 300 yards in a few games.
I know Jake Browning, though. I know him. I've seen him. Like, this is the difference between the devil I know and the devil I don't know. And
you set that up like you were going to take Patrick Mahomes or something against the Ravens.
Well, you know who's off to a sneaky bad QBR start? Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. Well, Marcus Mariota subbed in for him last week.
Yeah, and they put up, 41 points?
Is there a quarterback controversy?
Anyway, I feel like a young Jackson Dart. He could ball out. We don't know, but I'm going to take him against the Chargers.
He could ball out, but I mean the Chargers are an awesome defensive team, even though there's a couple of like leaky. Their pass rush isn't quite as good as it could be. But all right, I got the second pick. I'll take Jake Browning at Denver. I feel like Judd nailed it with the logic. If he keeps putting up bad, like they're going to find a way to replace him. Like they would put Brett Rippon in, or they would, I don't know. Would they trade for Cousins or like a Jameis Winston or something? I don't think they're going to just roll with Jake Browning through 5 of these games because they want to preserve that 2-1 record and they want to be as close to 500 as possible in December.
Yep.
So I will take Jake Browning at elevation against Denver. All right, Declan in consultation with AJ.
Go Rogue.
What's your big board look like right now?
So Declan's very clear. Declan's big board had Jackson Dart against the Chargers as his first option.
Yeah.
So that's
a gamble.
And then that's a gamble.
Such a gamble.
His next two.
I literally thought Jubb was going to be like, I'm going to take Justin Herbert against the New York Giants because I have a feeling that this is the game where he throws.
And what if that happens? What if Jackson Dart's so good
that would
Justin
be a
Herbert
gamble?
Has a terrible day. It's like, I can't believe he's so good.
My overlords, rest of his big board, Trevor Lawrence against the 49ers and Daniel Jones against the Rams are his 2 picks. If I were to go rogue here, which frankly I'm still making up my mind on whether or not I want
Go
Jones.
rogue, dude. Go rogue.
Take Jones.
I first off, I think Daniel Jones is an awful pick. He's actually looked pretty solid this season. So
he's been incredible. He's literally, I think he leads the league in, doesn't he lead the league in QBR? Or he's close.
It's up there. The one that I'm eyeing up, which I'm surprised, and maybe he's saving this guy, but Bryce Young in Foxborough, I think coming off a 0 TD day against the Falcons, even though they blew them out, he had 121 yards. Like, you didn't record 1 touchdown pass there, Bryce. Anyways, because Declan is like wearied and probably red-eyed, I'm going to go with his pick for Trevor Lawrence, but I want the record to show that if I was making the pick and I had maybe a little more cojones, it would be Bryce Young.
Okay.
I really wanted you to take Jones. I have no idea what Dex is thinking by including Jones, but he's on the board. I really wanted you to take him.
Well, that's like me taking the keys out of his hands, leaving the bar. Like, sir, you've clearly had too much. Why are you thinking about Daniel Jones against the Rams as one?
Well, the Rams have a good defense, and they do get after quarterbacks, and the Rams are going to be pissed after the way they lost that game last week. And Daniel Jones is probably due for some regression. So there is some logic in there.
I hear that, but you just got to respect Jonathan Taylor on the ground so much that I think the passing game is still going to be open.
Look at that. Look at
that
coming with
analysis.
facts. AJ coming with facts, and he's getting pushed around.
And Tyler Warren's going to be fully healthy again.
You're good, man. You're good, AJ.
Anyways.
Look at that analysis. All right, so there's your quarterback cesspool challenge. Real quick, I'm going to pop this up here. This is going to be very visual for the YouTube audience. We can walk you through it for Apple and Spotify, but I have to show you, and maybe some of you have already seen this one rushing touchdown play here. And for like an actual breakdown, Alex Boone does an amazing job on the Trenches episode. But since we're talking about rushing touchdowns and the deep red, I believe this is in the second half. I can't remember exactly, but you see this is the ball's at the 5-yard line. I'm just going to run this, and Judd, you go ahead and react.
Oh, Darisaw. And he's got tight end help from Josh Oliver on the left side. Oh, this is fantastic. Look at that whole Donovan Jackson.
Isn't that a thing?
Donovan Jackson, Darisaw, Oliver. That is a big 3 of blocking.
So you got Darisaw, and this is Blake Brandel in for, I think this is when Donovan Jackson had the bloody nose. No,
Yep.
Darisaw caved it. These are double teams. Yep. So you have double team, and then you have, I think, Juergens here at center with Will Fries. Double teaming the defensive tackles here.
Yeah.
And if you pull this back to the wide angle, again, watch as this ball is being snapped at the 5-yard line. Watch where the offensive line pushes the Bengals before Jordan Mason gets to the 5-yard line. So Mason gets to the original line of scrimmage right here.
No one's home.
And these guys are 3 yards pushed off of the line of scrimmage.
I love this.
That is what the Vikings need to do more of. This is a missing ingredient. I get it's the Bengals defense. You've got some actual defenses coming up, including the Steelers to some extent.
Right.
But dude, look at that.
Is that not exactly what Jeremiah Searles told you that they should have done against the Falcons last week?
Yes, he said. I don't know if this is exactly what you would call a duo concept, but Jeremiah said I would run duo, which is ordinarily double teams up front, and the running back is looking to hit an A gap somewhere, right? So Jeremiah, we said if you had the ball first and goal from like the 2 or the 3 or the 5 in this case, what would you do if you're the Vikings? He goes, I would run duo 4 times, and if they stop me, cool, you can have the ball. I guess you get the ball now at your own 1 yard line. Congratulations. But one more time, and then Jordan Mason. I mean, almost anyone could have scored on this, but for him to just pound right through, look at that. Look at that.
It's blocking like that for like the conversation of if you got 100 tries, the average person, could they get 1 yard in the NFL? I think I probably could here.
Could AJ Frederickson score if we were to Photoshop out Jordan Mason?
I will stop you guys right there, because while the blocking is fantastic and Mason makes it look simple, Alexander Madison doesn't score there. He manages to find a way to right into the line. How many red zone touchdowns? Dude. They didn't even look.
You know what he does? You know what he does? To your point,
I'm serious.
Alexander Madison bounces this.
Yeah,
he bounces this, right? He looks at that and sees, oh, there's nothing there. I'm going to bounce it, and I'm going to run into one of these guys.
And that's the point, though, Phil, is stopped here. Like, oh, okay, Mason has to have the ability, and I know it looks simple once you see that hole open up, but how many guys don't have the ability or patience to get to the point where Mason does? Because right now, if you stop it, there's nothing there.
He's looking left to bounce this. Look at his helmet. He's actually he glances left. Should I bounce it? I don't know. No, let's just go right through here.
Give him credit. It's another one of those sports things that a player can make look simple until somebody doesn't, and you're like, oh, it wasn't as simple as I thought. But that's I love that design.
And one more time, this ball was snapped right here. He crosses the line of scrimmage, and look at where the Vikings offensive line has pushed the Bengals to.
Yeah.
This is
if Justin School is playing, if Justin School is at left tackle, where is he at that point? The 6 yard line?
Yeah, here, hold on a second.
I mean, that also looks like a lot of trust. Like he's been confident that he's going to get a hole all day long against that Bengals D line. Like if I just keep running right at 71 in front of me, something's going to open up.
Well, that goes back to the story that when Steve Hutchinson was here and Adrian got drafted in 2007, and one of the things that Hutch eventually told AP was, wait for me. Do not try to hit. Don't try to do this by yourself. Like that's the thing, is the marriage between the offensive line and the running back, as I'm sure Boone and Searles talk about, is so important. Mm-hmm. So like, because AP's whole thing was, well, I'm just so fast and strong, I can do this by myself. And Hutch's thing is, I'm a future Hall of Fame guard. Wait till I do it. And I think initially in his rookie year, one guy that really helped Adrian was Tony Richardson at fullback.
Yeah,
because he could basically at that point, because T-Rich was a veteran, he basically could tell him, here's what's going to happen. Here's what you need to wait for. Do not try to rush it. You've got to at times do what Jordan Mason did there, which is don't run up the back of the guy. Wait for the guy to clear out the hole.
Yeah. I mean, and that is the one area of the field where it is acceptable to run up the back of your offensive line if they're on the goal line there, which Jordan Mason, I think it was it Juergens or Blake Brandel that kind of like he pushed through and fell over. Mm-hmm. But if he hadn't fallen over, he was getting trucked by Jordan Mason in that spot. Between the 20s, a little more patience, but that was like I saw that and Boone was very excited that we put that on the reel last night. He's like, this is it, man. This is what the doctor ordered. So yeah, there's more of that on the Trenches episode, but that's a wrap on our Write That Down predictions.
Write this down.
Here on Purple Daily, the only show that has the stones enough to put statistics next to our predictions and show you how wrong we are on a regular basis. We'll let AJ land this plane here. And don't forget, Sunday, Padres watch party, Northeast Minneapolis, and a live Vikings vent line. We will see you guys tomorrow on Purple. Oh, actually, Greeny's going to join for a bonus episode, so look out for that too. Let's go.
Greeny.